I have the card on, right? For Wonder? Yeah, okay. Now, the one thing I gotta start thinking about is I need builders, but I need the card on. I think I could turn off the commercial hub adjacency because I'm no longer getting science from it. It's going to cost me gold, but it's not costing me any science anymore. So I think that's what I do. I turn off this and turn on public works. I think that's what I got to do. Yeah, I'll win no problem without any war. That's for sure. I didn't need even. The whole point was to play Hungary is to use all of his abilities, and that included using the Raven King to take somebody else's land. By just not having to build my own army, but just being able to use a little bit of gold and just going and taking it for the hell of it. No spot for rationalism, and like we discussed earlier, it's not going to help me a lot at this point. I don't even have whatchamacallit, research labs yet, and a lot of my campuses are not +3 base. And unfortunately we learned today that in order for rationalism to work, the base, right, it has to actually be the base. My first wild card? What? Oh, it's the triangular trade. 4 gold and 1 faith per turn. That is, I'm about to be at 15 trade routes, so that's 60 gold a turn and 15 faith a turn from triangular trade. So yeah. That's it there. This would not give me that much science right now. I don't think I have more than 1 or 2 cities that have population 10. So I wouldn't get that 50%. And then I'm not getting the 50% from 3 adjacencies for a lot of cities either. So okay, I like this. So yeah, as you can see, this is only a +2. This is only a +2. This is only a +2. Or that's actually a +1. I still need 1 more district to make that a +2. This I would get it here. I would get it there. I would get it here, and that's about it. Even here is not, because I need 1 more district in here to make this one work. This campus would eventually not either. That's only a 2 either as well. I don't have any. You need mountains. With having learned that today is a huge revelation how hard that card is. That card, unless you've got a bunch of mountains, that card is extremely hard to take advantage of if you don't get the advantage of having the double card on. Not being able to get a +2 and then double it to +4 and take advantage of that card means that card is much, much, much less valuable than I thought it was. Unfortunately. I'm not sure if it's changed, but a lot of new cities even aren't popped in. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, once I get the pop 10, it'd be worth it. It won't be fantastic. It won't be as good as I would have liked, but it'd still be good. It just won't be amazing. Need to try and make him happy. He'd be willing to give me 10 gold a turn for that. I'm going to give it to him as a gift. He won't take my embassy at the time. Over under on the science win according to chat. Interesting question. What do you think, chat? I run the mod that tells me the yield impact. I usually see rationalism at like half the science of the adjacent card. Yeah, half of what you get from the adjacency, at least until later in the game, more cities that pop 10. Yeah, once you have your universities and your labs and you've got pop 10 cities, it becomes a much different ballgame. Absolutely. Unfair trade practices. Yeah, I know, right? I shouldn't be allowed to give away stuff. That's just unfair. Industrial era or later wonder. I gotta get that done. 2 shipyards is not gonna happen. Need to get to radio as well. Okay. After 100 turns, Gandhi finally asked for peace with you. Mac Dre, just a quick question. Has there been some tweaking on the loyalty mechanic in Deity, having a lot of more trouble taking over cities on Deity? Nope. Mac Dre, I have not seen. There's nothing changing the way that works at all. So I don't know what problem you're having, bud. This city's got you established. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the settler in here for 445, and I'll walk him up to there. Early game, it's almost impossible to take over a few cities after they forward settle me since the patch. It's not since the patch. There's nothing changed with the loyalty. You got to move quick though. Like if you watched this playthrough from yesterday when I was taking over Gandhi's territory, I had to work it really hard. Like I took this city first. I put a governor in there. I had to grind out the monument real quick. And then I was actually going to lose it. I had to end up levying this city's army as well, and coming up and working from the south to help take a couple cities. Took this city again, super tough. Had to put a governor in there. I put on the card that gives loyalty from a unit. Put a units in both cities. You got to grind it out. It's not easy. Cities will flip if you're not careful. You got to be quick. And then finally, I was able to take Calcutta, which kind of alleviated some stuff, and moved on to the rest. But yeah, it's not easy, but it's the same as it always has been. We Canadians wash down our poutine with beer and Prozac. Build more entertainment complexes now, I think, so not getting minus loyalty from low bendies. Maybe that could be a kin show. That's a good point. If you're seeing a lot of entertainment complexes in the area, although that would be just them holding loyalty, not imposing on other cities, though. Yeah, just move quicker. Make sure you've got. If you take over a city, you almost always, if you're like taking over other civilization cities, you almost always have to put a governor. If you don't have a governor ready for each of the cities you take over as you move through, then you're probably going to lose the cities. It's very rare that I can take over cities fast enough that I don't have to use governors to handle promotions or handle loyalty. Yeah, that sounds about right, Kamikaze. I'm gonna pass on him. Yeah, it's all based on population. If you have a population 1 city, it's not going to be like the population of the city you're trying to hold is important, right? And if it's low, then you're going to get melted. Simple as that. Let's go there. Let's go there. A lot of good tiles the city's not using because the population's got to get up. Housing gets to 7. I'll be able to focus the production again. Library in 1. Up to 41 a turn. Waiting for the Incans. On the next merchant. Couldn't get the monument. Yeah, with the loyalty gets low, they have 0 production. Yeah, that's why I love, even I would rather be able to buy it, because sometimes what will happen is with the monument, if it's got to be repaired versus being, and then you can't buy it, and better just to be able to buy it and spend the money to buy it to help with loyalty, because if you have to repair it, then it's just like you have to wait forever for the production to happen, and if the loyalty evolves too much, then you actually get to 0 production, and then you're screwed. Do you think any... Oh, sorry. Do you do anything to play around the Ocean Rising? No. Just the latest patch. Yeah, they made it so it happens faster, Kern Dog, but I am always planning to go to Science in and around a couple hundred turns. So... Do they have a unit yet? God damn it, build a unit for Christ's sake. What are they doing in this city? Screw it, I'm taking them to 6. Which is better, War Department or National History Museum or Royal Society? Royal Society is the one you want. Unless you're going, if you're going science, it's Royal Society. If you're going culture, it is the National History Museum are the ones you want. War Department if you're going military, but at that point you should be done the game. But if you're having a long, drawn-out military game, then War Department for military games. But yeah, if you're having a science game and you're gonna be burning coal and the tides are gonna be rising, and you don't go to science quickly, then you better put up flood barriers on your cities on the coast. No, I tried to purchase a builder to chop out the monument repair just so they. Oh, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all, MacDre. Buy the builder and chop it out if there's a chopper available. It's a little bit of a sacrifice, but not a bad idea. Yeah, National History Museum is nice because it's right around the time when you start to earn the great pieces of music really fast. And unfortunately, the great pieces of music are tough to find places for if the game's extending. And it can be a little frustrating. How they nerf Royal Society? The builder charges. It used to be that for every builder charge in the builder, you got 3% production towards whatever you were doing. But it's now 2%. So a 6 charge builder used to do 18% towards the project. Now it would do 12% towards the project. Yeah, it was in the patch notes. Everyone's blaming me because I used to abuse it so much, and Carl saw it. And people were like, oh, Carl saw you abusing it, so he decided to get it nerfed. Do I have favorite Science Victory? No. I play for Culture Victory probably more than anything. But I mix it up. Wish they would just buff industrial zones more. Yeah, make industrial zones worth building in every city or whatever, and then it would, because that's the whole point of how Royal Society became so valuable, right? Is because industrial zones weren't efficient. It's okay, babe. I just got a text from your mother, and she's gonna be home soon, and then you can just live the life.
Did you ever build?
There's Taj.
Yeah. Here is one. Brought down to earth and fixed for the wonder of ages.
If they buffed industrial zones, they would have to nerf Japan? Why? I mean, making industrial zones better would absolutely make Germany probably crazy good. Too good. Oh my god. But I don't see why you'd have to nerf Japan. Nine turns on the archaeological. Probably not gonna get the field cannons, so maybe I go to field cannons next. And that gives me time for archaeological. Yeah, exactly. You don't get the min. Yeah. It's hard to find a time to actually build the darn things. With all the other things that you're required to get, right? So that's what makes Germany so strong. They could do that, bored to death. They could exclude the Hansa and make it specifically just industrial zones and make them stronger. Maybe make them cheaper or something. Just make the buildings cheaper. Maybe just a little bit. You know, I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Lixie, exactly. So even if the Hansa wasn't a special district, but Germany still had the ability to build the extra district, it's like, oh, sweet, I can have 4 districts at pop 7? This is amazing. Yeah. But unfortunately, it's not the way. I don't know what to do in this city. Let's get the university, I guess, for now. Because there's not much point in doing anything else. I could do a harbor. Factory stacking. That was pretty crazy strong. I don't necessarily hate the idea. It would then Royal Society would become a lot less significant, right? Okay, so you need to be removed and taken. Oh shoot. Yeah, you need to go to Delhi, which means that's going to be 5 turns postponed on builders. Let's go to the middle of this. Right there. What was factory? I meant so factories production bonus spreads to any tile or any city within 6 tiles. The 6 or is it 8? 6, right? But what happened is that if you built multiple factories in an area, they would stack on all the cities. So this city could have factories all around it from different cities, and they would all count towards that one city. So they took it away, so it only stacked on one, like it only did once. Oh my god, who keeps taking Bologna? Because they're about to get frickin' smacked in the face. Pachacuti. Holy cow. Hey Josh, how you doing, bud? Good to see you, bud. Yeah, coal power plants don't spread the production, only the power. I'll be right back. Rory needs her first half of her dinner, and we'll be back at it. How many city states do we know? 3, 6, 7, 8. I feel like there's definitely more city states. We're getting on Norm for totally cheesing the AI. You was still on that, dude? I didn't cheese anything. In fact, funnily enough, even Kinsho, the king of trolls, was happy to come in here and admit that I was right. And that I did not. So, roll the tape! This all stays. Wait a minute. Yeah. I'm not getting that either, so. In fact, I have a bit, well. Yeah, that's fine. Just the truth, Kensho. Just the truth, man. I didn't. How is a couple of gold? I'm not even gonna get into it because you're gonna get me wound up, chat. It's not worth it. You're not worth it, chat. You're not gonna get to me, man. Not gonna let you. By the way, okay, that's fine. Theater Square. What has happened? No, I was trying to negotiate deals with the AI that were fair because they were offering so much that was ridiculous. And so I was making the point that typically before you could get a luxury for about 5 gold a turn from a friendly AI. But you could usually, if you shopped around, get between 10 and 15 gold per turn for one of your luxuries. And so I did a 2-for-1 deal, but added a little bit of gold just for whatever gold they had left or whatever. A couple gold a turn or 30, 40 gold, whatever. So it's basically a 2-for-1 deal. And then chat was like, oh, that's not fair. I'm like, actually, it is. But it's fine. It's fine. Chat's just not good at math, okay? It's okay. Don't worry about it.